Welcome, everybody. Let's take a deep breath. It's going to be an incredible evening, and we are so happy to have you with us. I'm Love Coach Scott Katamas, and along with my producing partner and co-host Deborah Giusti, we have a really special edition of Saturday Night Alive for the Global Peace Tribe, all about the winter solstice activation, this incredible conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn about to happen. And you're going to hear from some of the top leaders who really understand on the deepest level what's going on in our world. And Deborah has done an amazing job of putting this show together, and she'll tell you more about it in just a few moments. I want to welcome all of you who are watching on Facebook. Of course, a lot of you are watching us on Unify. Come join us. Come on into our Zoom room. We've got several hundred people that are here. What's nice about being in the Zoom room, it's easier for us to get your comments, your questions, easier for you to chat with all of our amazing speakers and presenters and musicians. And it's easy. Just go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com, and then register. And by registering, that way we have your email address. Don't worry, we're the only ones that are going to use that email address to let you know about our upcoming shows. We also send you all the information about the replays. So please come join us, globalpeacetribe.com. I also want to thank our ongoing sponsor and executive producer, Jay Mayer. And tonight's show has been brought to you by an anonymous sponsor and in honor of the Divine Feminine. And we'll talk a little bit more about that, and Deborah will share a little bit more about that as well. So welcome, everybody. We've got a great show. And now it's really my pleasure, and I want everybody to give a lot of appreciation to Deborah, because she's done an amazing job putting this show together. Take it away, Deborah.
Thank you, Scott. And from deep in my heart, welcome so much to what's going to be another amazing show on Saturday Night Alive. This is actually our 37th show that we've produced since the lockdown in April. We've got one more show for this season, and then we've created 13 new shows for you for our winter season, January through March. They're going to be amazing. And again, thank you for all your donations to our GoFundMe. And when you register, that really helps us produce these quality shows for you. So thank you so much for your green love there. And again, this is a really special time on the planet. This is going to be a really special show. Our theme is Winter Solstice, Activating the New World for 2021. Well, at the beginning of 2020, it was predicted by many astrologers, psychics, spiritual guides to be a massive year of change, but little did we know, and it certainly was. And possibly what happened this year with the global experience of COVID, which has caused all of humanity to go into a pause, into a deep reflection, into a deep evaluation of their inner world and their outer world, almost like a mandatory spiritual retreat. This has possibly, just possibly, prepared our humanity for what's going to take place at this very potent winter solstice. And the COVID virus also caused the contamination of Mother Earth to cease for a bit, so she got to regenerate her life force. So this winter solstice portal is predicted to be a major transformational place where the great conjunction takes place as Jupiter and Saturn move into 0 degrees of Aquarius on December 21st. And then we truly enter the age of Aquarius. And spiritual teacher shares with us that this is a transition that was first initiated globally during the harmonic convergence, when there was no internet and no means of connecting people all over the world like we have now, but millions of people tuned in and knew this was the beginning of a transformation. But now with this winter solstice, we are shifting into the next cycle and truly birthing the age of Aquarius, which will have life-altering effects, even our own life, emphasizing humanitarian values, the internet innovation, and the birth of a new age. So the solstice acts like a gateway, like a powerful threshold, a frequency breakhold, like a sonic boom that catapults us in a new direction. So quite possibly the experience we've had this year is of universal design and as part of the process, part of the cooking cauldron, the activation towards moving us into a new frequency or vibration, as well as a new consciousness that's going to allow us to manifest and participate in the new world that we are creating now going forward into 2021. As we join Mother Earth in her planetary ascension into the new age, the Aquarian era has arrived. And we have a whole host of luminaries here to share with you about this. We are going to have Neil Donald Walsh, who is a modern day spiritual messenger whose words continue to touch the world in profound ways. We have with us Mirabai Devi. She's an international spiritual teacher, a facilitator for healing, author and founder of Mirabai Devi Foundation. And her dedication is to raising world consciousness through the awakening and healing of humanity. And we also have Starhawk. She's an author, activist, permaculture designer, and teacher, and a prominent voice in modern earth-based spirituality and ecofeminism. And we will have Elizabeth April, who a lot of you just saw in the pre-Zoom show. She's a cosmic channel, a starseed, universal teacher, truth seeker, and she's also a celebrated artist. We have Guinevere Bridge, beautiful psychic astrologer. Her personal mission is to guide people back into power they've forgotten in themselves and to discover her own personal mission. And we have the Stargate with us with Prageet Harris and Julianne Conrad. Prageet is an English internationally known channel who channels Alcazar, an interdimensional group, and he's assisted people with their spiritual growth for 25 years. And Julianne joined the Stargate in 2021 as she discovered that she had also a strong connection with Stargate and Alcazar and also has become a teacher and channel. And
something amazing has happened. You've brought us the future. You said she joined
2021.
The future.
Okay.
2012.
All right. Well, you know how these timelines just get to us. So you never know where you're going to be in the next timeline. And we also have incredible musicians like we always do. Johanna One Heart, who has been with us many times, and we totally adore her music. She is a multi-genre recording artist, songstress, and kirtan artist, and she's going to bring in the high vibration with this show. And Chris Knudsen and Elizabeth Knudsen, they are a partnership duo. They're going to perform separately at this time. They produce light body sound, consciousness, electronica music. And Elizabeth is a classically trained singer, and her goal is to empower others to tap into their healing power. And for a special treat, we have Eros Christos. He serves as a galactic emissary and has interacted with the wild dolphins and the whales for several decades. And he brings us their messages with sonic codes. That's going to happen towards the end of the show, so please stay tuned for that. And we have an incredible GoFundMe this week. As you probably know, if you've been following our show, we've generated over $65,000 that we've given through these whole months since April to nonprofit organizations and victims of the fire or victims that have been in accidents. And today we're going to be honoring Gabriel Hannaford. His sister, Hosanna Hannaford, is going to be with us tonight. Gabriel, 7 weeks ago, suffered an accident riding his bike and was critically injured, is slowly recovering. He's an amazing member of our community in Northern California. So we're going to use this opportunity to allow the green love from you in his GoFundMe and the healing vibrations from this incredible show tonight to help spark his healing to a new level on all levels. So we're going to put his GoFundMe in the chat room and speak a little bit more about that later. So thank you so much for joining us. And we are going to start with some music from Johanna One Heart. She's an amazing musical artist, as I shared, songstress, kirtan artist, and she's loved for her rich, soulful voice, radiant spirit, and inspiring songs and chants that tap deep into the collective soul. And she's been at many festivals all across the country. She has albums with White Swan Records, and we wanted her to come on first to really set the vibration right and raise the vibration for tonight. So thank you, Johanna, for being with us tonight and starting with your beautiful music.
Thank you so much, Deborah. It's an honor to be here again with all of you, activating the new world. This is a song that's brand new. It's called Our Reality. I had to call to We daydream our reality into existence. So be in possibility, believe that we are free to choose our reality. We daydream our reality into existence. So be in positivity, believe that we are free to choose our reality. Here I am. I am here. Here I am. I am here. All is here. All is now. All is here. All is now. All is now. All is now. In this new world, you know, we will breathe and be free. Oh, all is here. All is now. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. We daydream our reality into existence. So step into new realities and believe that we are free to choose our reality. Here I am. I am here. Here I am. I am here. All is here. All is now. All is here. All is now. Shift this longing into belonging to my spirit's sacred self. Yeah. I clean the mirror, the view gets clearer. I see my sacred self, and I forgive myself. I free myself. I respect myself. I know myself and I give to myself. I love myself. I remember my present self and shift this longing into belonging to my truest self. In the mirror, the view gets clearer. I see my sacred self. Now is the time, and here is the place. We'll live our lives, remembering our grace. And now is the time, yes, here is the place. I'll live my life, remembering my grace. And now is the time, and here the place. I'll live my life, remembering my grace. Activate, collectivate this new reality. I'll breathe in and breathe it out and see myself in the mirror. No shadow of a There is the time, and here is the place. I'll live my life, remembering my grace. That is the time, is the place. We'll move our lives through portals into grace. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 oh. That was a song called Our Reality, co-written by my dear sister, Valerie Romanoff. She's at Val Rock Music. You can check her out there. I'm johannasings.com. Tune in with me for so many offerings. Thank you so much, Deborah and Scott, for helping us move in through this portal to this new breath, new life, new moment of awakening together.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Johanna. And we're blessed. We're going to have more Johanna later tonight. But I want to remind everybody to go to her website. There's a lot going on Johanna's website. It's johannasings.com, JohannasIngs, johannasings.com. And learn all about One Heart TV and all the different things she's doing. She's going to bless us with 2 more musical offerings tonight, including at the very end of the show, we're going to end with her taking us on a musical journey. So, Johanna, thank you so much for just bringing so much love and light through your music and through your radiant being. Thank you.
Blessings to you for all that you do as well. Together we rise.
Together we rise. People often ask me, what's the future going to look like? What do I think the future is going to be? And I'm going to introduce you to my vision for the future in the form of a human being, of a spiritual being having a human experience. And I'm talking about Elizabeth April. She is really, truly, in my way of seeing things, she's it. She is where we're going. I've had the good pleasure to get to know her this year. She's been on the show a couple of times and been on a couple of other shows that I'm involved with. And her combination of being totally grounded, totally in the body, but also understanding where we've been, where we are in present time, and where we're going. She's a true paradigm shifter, probably with one foot firmly in our current reality, but very much aware of where we're going and guiding us there, leading us there. She's directly connected to the Galactic Federation. Elizabeth, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence in our world and on our show tonight.
Thank you so much, Scott. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you to all of the other speakers, the musical acts tonight, and of course, all the people tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. Scott, you made a comment about, I'm the future. And for so long, I don't think it's just me. I think it's so many star seeds, so many light workers, so many old souls all around this planet in a variety of different cultures and even generations. We've all been holding the space for so long. We have been waiting for so long. And you know what? We've been tired. We've been getting tired, in the past couple of years. And I think that I'm speaking for all of us when I say that there's this relief recently that has really crossed over my vibration of, you know what? Maybe I'm not the next step. Maybe the next step is happening right now. And that's what I feel. I feel like we're finally getting to this place where we are updating to the present moment. We're taking the space that we've held for such a long time, and the rest of the world is shifting as well into that space. So it's a very exciting time to be alive. And I only have a few minutes, which is very interesting. I usually like ranting, but I want to keep it short and sweet and to the point. And I've got a couple of really important points to make, especially if you've never seen my content before. I want to just give you an update, and I want to let you know that I believe, take it or leave it, that we as human beings are hybrid beings. I believe that the missing link all those years ago was actually interdimensional beings, that they came here and through a variety of their own kind of experimentation and intentions, they ended up helping us along, right? In one way or another. Now, if we take this belief and this understanding that we are hybrid beings, then that means that we are far more special, far more powerful than we've ever been led to believe. And that is important because as we go into this new year, as we anchor in the energies for December 21st and this huge portal that's opening up, we need to realize our power. We need to see how special we are in creating the reality around us. Not only are we creating and the only ones creating our individual reality, but we are also helping to co-create the collective reality on this planet. It is us who need to anchor in these higher vibrational frequencies. And one thing that I've been worried about recently throughout November and December of 2020, and the one thing that I'll tell you, the Galactic Federation has been worried about, and they don't worry about much, is that we have all of these light workers and star seeds that are feeding the fear mentality. By feeding fear, by focusing on polarity, you are creating and recreating the old third dimension reality. You aren't helping us, you're hurting us collectively. There are many agendas at play, and I'm not here to downplay the New World Order or the cabal or the shadow government or what have you. I understand fully, and I've seen it firsthand, that that is an agenda. Yes, that is being pushed. Yes, our sovereignty is being taken away. But we also need to realize at the same time that there are higher agendas and higher beings at play. Not to mention you yourself are a higher, intelligent, interdimensional being of light who volunteered your soul to be here on this planet at this time. Just recently, we had this huge disclosure of the Galactic Federation. And what came through when that came out just a couple weeks ago was that those words, the Galactic Federation, were actually trigger words. They're trigger words to activate this aspect of your being that has been hidden and suppressed and out of remembrance for a very long time. You are a starseed. And I know that for a fact because you're here, because you're gaining access to this information right now. You're a volunteer, most likely from the Galactic Federation. So for the mainstream to be actually coming out with the Galactic Federation, it's an indication that we're all getting prompted to wake up. It's an indication that there is an alternative agenda at play, and it's a positive one. We need to focus on the highest intention for humanity. You are powerful. You are a co-creator, and we need you at this time. Stop getting sucked into polarity. Stop getting sucked into lower agendas. Stop looking at the negative. Stop having people around you that are negative. It's time for you to step up because we need you. And that is so important. And I also want to mention that 2021, and one of the messages that I've received really profoundly, is that 2021 is not only a mission year where all starseeds and lightworkers, or most of them, especially the 144,000, are getting hit hard with what their mission is. And not only do we need to know what our mission is, but we need to start taking action on it. 2021 is the year that we actually step into the path that we were destined to take. So if you've been debating, if you've been deciding, if you've been figuring stuff out, if you've been confused, if you've been split, ask yourself who you are, and ask yourself ultimately, what do you want for your own life? And it's not selfish to do so. It's not wrong of you to ask for the best possible life where you can thrive. Because the second that you thrive, you have enough energy and capacity to project that vibration into the rest of the world to allow us all to thrive collectively. You are powerful. We need you. It's time to activate, and it's time to take action. Stop getting stuck in polarity and rise above to the highest timeline. And thank you for being here at this time and being awakened.
Wow. I want everybody to just take a moment and breathe in that message, because she just delivered what we all need to remember. And that's why I say Elizabeth represents the future. And I tell you, that's the future I'm signed up for. And so thank you, Elizabeth, for the power of your clarity. And for more Elizabeth, she's got a link tree, which is the way to go for her, because she's got so much going on between her webinars, her interviews, her YouTube. She's got a great YouTube channel, and I encourage everybody to join it. I did, and she's got so much information. So go to Linktree, Linktree, and it's linktr.ee/Elizabeth.April. For those of you in our Zoom room, and we've got about 450 people in our Zoom room tonight. Deborah has put the link there. But for the rest of you, do go to Linktree and check out all that Elizabeth April's got going on. Elizabeth, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And now to tell us about our next amazing presenter, I'm turning it back over to Deborah.
Thank you, Scott. And yes, we are so thrilled to have this next speaker on. He's been an icon for the spiritual movement for the last 30, 40 years. And I know when I picked up the book, Conversations with God, that was a big wow for me. You know, you get some of these books that go through the culture that just tune you in to next level consciousness that's coming into the whole culture. And that's what Conversations with God was for me and so many thousands of people. Neil Donald Walsh is a modern day spiritual messenger whose words continue to touch in profound ways. He's actually written 29 books on spirituality, and he keeps teaching. He keeps listening to the forces that share his divine mission to share with us what we need to know and allow us to tune in. He's written Friendship with God, Communion with God, Tomorrow's God, and he is a New York Times bestseller. And so thank you so much, Neil, for coming on tonight and sharing your perspective of this amazing time and the transition we're all going through. Thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome, and thank you for inviting me here. I have to tell you a little story because I sometimes get a little nervous about what I'm going to say. In these little short clips that we do. for various sources, and a lot of presenters do. But and I want you to notice something. We're all saying essentially the same thing, each in our own individual way, perhaps, but we're all sending essentially the same message. Now, and the proof of that is, Elizabeth just made an extraordinary presentation, and I agree with Scott. I hope you listened very carefully to what she had to say, because it was a remarkable articulation. But I have to tell you a story that she called me about an hour and a half or 2 hours ago. And she said, Neil, I'm so nervous. I got to do this thing tonight. I don't know what to say. I got some ideas in my head, but I'm not quite clear what I should do. What should I say? Help me out. So I gave her my speech.
All right.
It was just kidding, but I could have actually done that, because it was so perfectly placed just before I'm coming on to talk that I now have nothing more to say, except that what I wanted to bring to you is my version of what dear Elizabeth has just placed before us. There's only one decision that we have to make each day of our lives when we get up, and at this point in time, as we move into this next period in 2021, and that decision is, who am I? There are 4 fundamental questions in life. Who am I? I want you to write these down, because most people don't ask themselves these questions in an entire lifetime. I ask myself these questions every morning before I start my day, and every evening before I retire for the night. Who am I? Where am I? Why am I where I am? And what do I intend to do about that? These are the 4 fundamental questions of life that I was given in conversations with God, and I was invited to ask myself. And I do, in the morning I get up and stand in front of the mirror, and I have the questions written out on the mirror in my little soap bar. Who am I? And that's a fundamental question. Am I merely a physical being, like a dolphin or a whale or a bird in the sky or a fish in the sea? Is that the sum total of who I am? Or is it possible that I'm something greater than that? Exactly what Elizabeth was talking about. Whether you want to, really buy into the idea that we're from some another place, or you don't. But the question is still the same. At our fundamental basis, who are we? Are we physical beings merely, or is it possible that we are spiritual beings from a spiritual realm, come here for a particular and specific reason and for a particular purpose? And I think the answer is yes, that's who I am. I'm more than just a physical entity. So who am I? Where am I? I'm in the realm of the physical. And I'm in this particular portion of the realm of the physical that we're now calling planet Earth, just exactly as Elizabeth is talking about. I'm in this place, in the cosmos, in the universe, for a particular reason. Why am I where I am? I'm here to be a leader. I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to help all of those who don't know the answers to these questions to find their way to the answers, and ultimately to be the answer. What do I intend to do about that? The 4th question, what do I intend to do about that? Your life lived, the way you are living your life right now, and the way you're going to live it tomorrow and all the days of this year to come, will be your answer to that question. I'm going to join Elizabeth in inviting you to be a leader in shifting the paradigm of our understanding of life and of who and what we are, so that the lives that are lived by our children and our children's children and their children can be so much greater and so much different. And we can finally meet the promise that we have been given when we came here to begin with. That is, when intelligent life, when sentient beings found their way to the earth. So, but when you say, being a leader, I want you to understand that because a lot of people you hear me say, be a leader, and they say, I'm not cut out for that. I don't know all the information. I couldn't talk off the top of my head the way Elizabeth just did. I don't have all the galactic information in my head. I'm just this little guy over down here living here in Oregon. I don't really understand. What does it mean to be a leader? A leader is not one who says, follow me. A leader is one who says, I'll go first. I'll go first. And that looks like the little things you do every day, how you move into the world every day, and the message that you share with the living of your life. And so I'm going to propose tonight something that might be interesting for you to contemplate. I call it the God solution. I asked God, what is it? Because I believe there is an essential power. I don't think it's a great big man in the sky, who looks a lot like Scott with long white hair and a beard and sits around looking like God. I think it, but I do think that there is an essence, an essential essence of pure energy in the universe that I call divinity, that resides in and through all of us. And I think that energy can be defined with two words: pure love. And so the suggestion that I'm placing before the world tonight and in my latest writing is what I call the God solution. What if we decided, I know this is going to sound, Elizabeth thought that she was way out there with what she was saying. Wait till you hear what I'm bringing. What would it be like if you decided to really act like God? What would it be like if you decided that you could actually be a demonstration of divinity? And that if our first step in that process was to redefine who and what God is, that God is not, in fact, some man in the sky who's going to judge and condemn and punish us for all the things that we think we've done wrong, but that God is the essence and the source of the purest energy in the universe called pure love. Supposing you made a decision today, here's the daring choice and the daring decision I'm inviting you to make tonight, right here tonight. I'm going to invite you to say the following thing in your mind. Don't say it out loud. When you meet somebody on the street or at the store, at the post office, or even in your own home, when you're encountering another human being, I wouldn't say it out loud because not many people will really get it. And they might have a real pushback to it, but say it in your head. Let it be the starting point of this new you. And I invite you to say this in your mind as you approach another person. Your life will be made incredibly better today because I have walked this way. I promise you. And our world, our planet will be made better today because the two of us met in this way and decided together to be leaders in this new movement for this new time that we are entering now. I promise you. Let's then hold hands and join together and bring us to a place where we can answer with astonishing responses the four fundamental questions of life. Who am I? I am the source of that which you have been yearning for. Conversations with God gave me this extraordinary insight. Be the source, it said to me. Whatever it is you want more of in your life, be the source of it in the life of another. This is exactly what Elizabeth has been saying in her own way, far more articulate than I, but the message is identical. If you decide, I am the source, I'm not here trying to figure out what's going to happen next. I'm here to create what's going to happen next. I'm not here to try to figure out how can I respond to all that's going on. I'm here to announce what I choose to have going on and to demonstrate it to you, in you, through you, as I move into my experience of the oneness that we are, that is, into my experience of you. I really haven't had that kind of an experience in so vivid a way, so publicly, as I did just a moment ago. When I heard Elizabeth say what she was going to say, I thought, well, this is going to be interesting. I wonder what she's going to have to say. Wow. Did you hear what she said? If that wasn't right in front of your face, a conversation with God, I don't know what was. So give yourself permission to answer these four questions. Who am I? Where am I? Why am I where I am? And what do I intend to do about that? And allow yourself to be the God solution, to demonstrate divinity. Dare you, double dare you.
Wow. Neil, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to bring Elizabeth on for a second too, just because you referenced her so much. And we've put those four questions into the chat box here on Zoom. We'll also copy it and put it out for those of you on Facebook. I'll repeat them one more time. Who am I? Where am I? Why am I where I am? And what do I intend to do about that? And so how blessed we are to have Neil and Elizabeth. Neil, the king of the baby boomers, Elizabeth, the queen of the millennials. all coming together here. So it's pretty cool. And if you want more of Neil, his website is his name, Neil, spelt Neale, Donald Walsh, spelt WALSCH.com. And there's a lot of really good stuff there, videos, posts. He's got a mentorship program. And so.
And Neil's got a new book coming out as well right now.
The Secret to Living Your Best Possible Life is here. There's a lot going on with Neil. So definitely go to Neil's website. And Neil, thank you so much for blessing us with your wisdom and your beautiful perspective. And it really is powerful hearing both of you say the same thing in your own unique ways, in your own unique understanding.
Thank you, Scott. And thank you, Elizabeth. What a gift you are.
All right. So, it's interesting. I'm going to kind of follow up on that for a moment, because each and every one of us has a very important role to play in this new paradigm. You've heard me say it every week. I really do believe we are the imaginal cells. We are the butterfly cells coming out of the dying caterpillar, the old paradigm. And each and every one of us has a very special role to play. Now, some people like Neil and Elizabeth, they're more public figures, they write the books, they make the webinars, but each and every one of you is a critical part of this new future that we're creating, this new paradigm. And so, like Neil said, be the source of your heart's desire. Move toward the longing of your heart. And an example of that is this show. Deborah and I, we never planned that it was going to become as big as it's become. It started as a fundraising event that moved from being at her house to being online because of COVID. And look at what it's grown into, this incredible event every week that reaches tens of thousands of people. And we get all these emails from people saying, oh my God, your show is what I look forward to every week. It's what gives me hope, gives me inspiration. And so Deborah and I are really excited to share that we have planned a new season, the winter season. And to tell you a little bit more about it, there she is, my producing partner, Deborah.
Thank you, Scott. Yeah, we've listened to you, we've listened to everyone, we've listened to the collective, and we've come up with 13 new shows to offer for the winter season. We know things are going to be a little bit dark and cold, but we're going to bring some light to you all continually through this season. And not only are we have it out now so that you can subscribe right now, we also have it as a gift that you can give out to your friends and family. So you can share Saturday Night Alive as a gift. And we're going to put those links in the chat room because we'd love for you to sign up now. And your donations when you sign up are really helpful in us producing the new season. So we're going to share a little bit about what's coming up. On January 2nd, it's co-creating the optimum 2021 for us all. And we're going to have some incredible speakers on there that are going to really set the stage for us manifesting the new world that we are going to create. January 9th, Angels and Miracle Healing. This is going to be sponsored by Jay Mayer. And we're going to have authorities that will show us how to create miracles in our lives and how to connect with the angelic realm to bring in those miracles. January 16th, we're going to be honoring Martin Luther King. And the theme is going to be building community convergence. So we're going to continue on with this consciousness and healing of accommodating everyone and bringing in his wisdom. So we have some major speakers coming in for that. January 23rd, transitioning time, let us all be prepared, really identifying this new eco-reality that we're moving into to live in harmony with the world and how to be prepared for the changing times that are coming. And January 30th, this has been one of our more popular shows, The Wisdom of Indigenous People. Jay Mayer is coming back again to help us sponsor that show. And it's going to be understanding the reunification with the Indigenous people. And Scott, would you like to share about February?
Yeah, February, it just continues. On February 6th, our good friend Mark Sims is coming back. sponsoring a show all about initiating contact and communications with our star family. And wait until you hear what he has to offer. He's got a new, very unique way for us to have direct contact back and forth in the physical realm. It's amazing. On February 13th, it's Valentine's weekend. Johanna said, "Hey, Scott, I've got some great love songs. Can I be a musician on that show?" I said, "Absolutely." And we've already got Margot Anand, who literally wrote the book on Tantra, and several other amazing speakers all about love. And we're going to be looking at sacred sexuality as well. February 20th, once every quarter, we do a show with Teresa Collins and Global Coherence. She always brings amazing people like Greg Braden on. So she's going to be doing that show. And on February 27th, another Jay Mayer and Light Touch sponsored show. Every quarter, we like to give you the latest tools and practices for optimizing our health. And to tell you about the final 4 shows in March, back to Deborah.
March 6th, some of them are popular shows, has been honoring the divine feminine, but March 6th, we are going to focus on feminine leadership changing our world. There's a lot of women stepping forward now to really go forward and make this world a better place, and we're going to have them on our show. March 13th is going to be understanding and communicating with our animal family, because we identify that our animal family is probably more ascended than we are at this point, and are really in tune with us and are really with us during this time of COVID and shutdown as our beloveds. So we're going to focus on that. March 20th is going to be another portal activating together, the spring equinox portal, very similar to what we're going to do here. And March 27th is an open topic. We're going to go through all the surveys that you've given us and really use that to choose that topic. So again, I'm going to post the links in the chat room of how you can sign up for the winter season. Thank you so much for all your donations when you sign up. And then also the link where you can give it away as a gift. So please use those links. We appreciate it very much.
And we want to encourage you to join the tribe. I want to thank Jay Mayer, who has been creating a lot of our videos. And of course, he's one of our sponsors on the show. And there's Jay. I'm going to put him on the spotlight for a moment. He even has the Saturday Night Alive color scheme behind him. He is totally immersed now as our executive producer of Saturday Night Alive. So thank you, Jay, for everything you do. And now to introduce our next musical offering, back to Deborah.
Yes, it's always great to go back to music so we can continue to raise the vibration of this amazing show. Chris Knudsen, over the years, he's written and produced and released records under the Canuta and Valhalla monikers, and his music has been featured on HBO. And one of the things that I know him for is his latest project, which is Light Body Sound, Conscious Electronic Music. So Chris, so happy to have you with us, and please do your magic.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Scott. Real quick, I just wanted to say, I went over to the bookshelf in a different room in the house where I'm living in Richmond, Virginia now with my wife, Elizabeth, and she's going to be on a little later, so stay tuned for some primetime song healing. I'm really bad about book covers. Maybe you are too, like the little paper things that go on here. An original copy of Conversations with God. I mean, Neil Donald Walsh, how cool is that? It's so awesome. That book really blew my mind, back in the 90s when I read it the first time. Thank you all for being here. I'm so excited to be performing a song and just, being in presence with all of you, being in spirit, being in communion, being in communication, the best that we can do without a live audience. And this is a blessing and a treat for me to be here and to be able to perform a little music. This is a song that I like to sing around this time of year. It's called Best Christmas Ever. took off in our interstellar T-bird back in December 2012. As I recall, there was a trail of dust from the memories of heaven and hell. Down came the pyramids and the relics of an ancient machine. Down came the miracle that lifted us up beyond the science, beyond the sea. And we sang, this is our best Christmas ever. Muslim and Jew, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever your views, we're letting go of anger and angry traditions. We're rising up high in a joyous rendition of Holy Night. Blessed are we, those who are truly free. Back in the day, you had to have faith in order to receive. Don't get me wrong, I love the fun of Santa. Reindeer, snow on the roof, lovely stories, lovely times. But now we got nothing to prove in this cosmic groove. And we sang, this is the best Christmas ever. This is the best Christmas. Muslim and Jew, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever your views, whatever your views. We're letting go of anger and angry traditions. We're letting go. We're rising up high in a joyous rendition. Yeah, yeah. This is the best Christmas ever. This is the best Christmas. Muslim and Jew, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever your views, whatever your views. We're letting go of anger and angry traditions. We're letting go. We're rising up high in a joyous rendition of holy night becomes day. Thank you.
Oh my God, Chris, that was perfect. You know, I didn't know what Chris was going to play. And so many people are freaking and tripping like, oh my God, COVID, we're not going to have a Christmas. It's going to be like it's been. And you know what? What a positive vision for this holiday that's coming.
Thank you. Yeah, you can see that one, stream it on Spotify. It's under Kanud, which is one of the names I record under, Kanue. Put it on a playlist, share it with people, you know.
Well, I also want to.
I really enjoy it. So thank you.
Tell us about this. I've got your social post. Playing banjo, please mute yourself.
I promise it's not me playing the banjo.
Yeah, you're getting a little bit of extra coverage there.
Extra accompaniment.
So Chris Newton, the community, what is this? Tell us about this, the communicator.
The Communicator is a 10-part video series that I just finished recording, and I'm still working on how it's going to be released. But it's multi-parts. It's a garage church. It's a stand-up comedy. It's just going to be, you know, a connection between me and my 3 cameras, and you know, and receiving back some some good juju from the people that are interested in watching it. We'll see where it's going to be released yet. We're working on that, and stay tuned. Lightstone.us is the record site, or chrisknudsen.com. There's a few websites that I'm involved in. So thank you.
Well, Chris, we definitely will let our viewers know, and I hope you'll come back to the show again. Even my dog, you're getting the banjo, you're getting my dog, you're getting all sorts of extra support here.
Thank you all. Blessings to everyone this holiday season.
Thank you. Yeah, blessings. May this be, it's going to be a different Christmas, but it's going to be a good one. And remember, Christmas Day is my birthday, so it's always special. I'm going to introduce our next presenter. She's a longtime friend of mine. I first found her when I was producing television shows. Some of you might remember Strange Universe, The Paranormal Borderline. And she's one of our psychics. And when my wife passed away 9 years ago, I had this amazing experience. I walked into my bedroom about 6 months after she died. And for a flash, I saw her lying on the bed smiling at me, just like for an instant. It's like, wow. And then, of course, you look further and she's gone. 15 minutes later, I got a Facebook private message from Guinevere Bridge, who I hadn't heard from in years. And she said, Scott, I've been following you and tracking that your wife passed away. And your wife just came to me and wanted me to send you the message that, yes, you did just see me. That's how tapped in this woman is to the other side. I've since had some amazing experiences with Guinevere. She's a very special soul. And she not only is connected to so many other realms, but she helps us to remember who we truly are. What I also love about Guinevere is she's very playful. She's very theatrical. And I think she's got something rather special to share on this as we approach the winter solstice. Guinevere, thank you so much for being on the show again.
Thank you so much, Scott. Please let me wish you the happiest of birthdays. You've been on my mind every day because of your upcoming birthday and how special it is. I'm telling you right now, this is the perfect birthday for you, okay? I want you to just ride this wave hard because this is serious magic what's going on. So here's the deal, okay? Everybody knows that Saturn and Jupiter are coming into this grand conjunction on the winter solstice, which in and of itself is phenomenally magical, okay? Because the winter solstice is the last of the darkest night, right? Right before we move into the light growing again, right? So we can see that as a sign that the times of oppression, the times of darkness for many people are starting to come to an end. So before this show, I was in meditation all week long, working toward this solstice. What is it about? What do I need to bring to this, right? And I had the most powerful vision. And it was so beautiful because now I finally get to share it with you all. So I saw the two planets come into perfect alignment in the vision. When they came into perfect alignment in the vision, what happened was this explosion of light shot in two different directions. And when that explosion of light shot in two different directions, the archangels, Zadkiel, which represents the planet Jupiter, and Cassiel, which represents the planet Saturn, came forward with so much power, it was overwhelming. And they created this butterfly nebula energy that shot in every direction. It was the most beautiful thing I have seen. And then what they wanted to bring everybody's attention to is, what does this mean? We're in a portal. Everybody knows that knows anything. We're in a very phenomenal portal. But I have news about that. I wrote down notes and I went crazy. Now, if you see me reference them, it's because there's so much I don't want to leave anything out, okay? First, the portal officially opened in the year 2000. I want you all to recognize that that's the soft portal. You see, we're in a micro portal inside of a macro portal, which makes this incredibly special, okay? So when it opened in 2000, that was when we started to move into change, thus 1999, like Prince said. So that was actually part of the beginning, okay? We entered into the next portal in 2002. The third portal this year, 2020, that's the third one. The next one, 2022, okay? So we're in this 2000s. And the thing I love about it is the energy of Cassiel and Zadkiel, these two planets coming together, creates the double flame. 2. Are you following me? I hope you are, because it's exciting. So the last time this happened at nighttime was 800 years ago. 800 years ago is when it was in perfection, almost exactly like now. And then 400 years ago, it happened again in the daytime. And it wasn't as perfect. It wasn't this perfect alignment we're in right now, okay? So 400 years ago and 800 years ago, this happened. And we're here again. Now, the next time it comes in is 80 years from now, 880. So I did my numerology because that's what happens. All the angels are talking to me. Everything's overwhelming me. Everything's happening. I'm in ceremony. Yes, I'm theatrical. This is done in ceremony. So everything is done in ceremony. Everything, right? And I look at, this is where the notes comes in. I look at the numerology on this and I'm blown away because of the fact that what we have here is 8 zeros in this portal, okay? And then we go from the 2s to the 8s. And these, the 8s, by the way, this is the infinity symbol. And when I saw that cosmic butterfly explode between Cassiel and Zadkiel, it was the infinity symbol, okay? Which allows us to be at 0 point. Right now, we're at 0 point. We can choose the direction, the portals we open, the portals we step through. And what does that mean? So it gets better, okay? I'm going to go over Zadkiel and Cassiel with you because what they're bringing is unprecedented. So I have here my thunder stick here. I love this. Cassiel holds a sword made of lightning. And Cassiel is a gatekeeper angel. So Saturn is opening this gate for us, okay? Saturn and Cassiel is bringing the lightning and the thunder. It's amazing, right? So what does he do? He goes to all the people who've been overlooked, all the people who've been enslaved and oppressed, and he frees them. And these planets are opening up the energy of Aquarius. And Aquarius is brotherhood, union, sisterhood, oneness, the rainbow prophecy, right? So when we release the oppressed people, everybody comes together as one, right? Zadkiel, he's on the other side, holding Jupiter with so much love for everybody. And I have something special to share with you. This is my crystal skull Zadkiel, who came to me in the year 2012, which, as we already know, is also another gateway. Now, when he came to me, I didn't know who was in there. He'd been initiated by the Crystal Skull Max, and some of you might know who that is. And so I was wondering who took place, and I sat in meditation, and Zadkiel came through. I didn't know who Zadkiel was. I didn't have any idea I just said, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm Zadkiel," right? Zadkiel is the archangel of mercy. He is the archangel of forgiveness. This is what we need to be doing, right? Releasing the oppression, forgiving each other, being merciful as we move into these beautiful portals. Now, you already know I shook the thunder stick for Cassiel. We can't leave Zadkiel out. I got to ring the bell because angels love it when you ring a bell because they get their wings. Woo! I hope you're with me with this one because it's so damn exciting. So with all that being said, let me really quickly make sure I didn't leave anything out because there's so much going on and we have so many opportunities right now to truly open our hearts to each other in this Aquarian age, truly awaken each other. Real quick, bear with me. So we got Aquarius, right? We got the 800 years. We got the 8s. We got the zeros. Oh, I almost forgot. 8 zeros, okay? 0, the energy 0 is the God force, spirit force, goddess force, the eternal force. So 0 and the infinity symbol and the butterfly. I think I've said it all. And you know what? I'm in ceremony every single day until the 22nd because we need to make good use of this because the portal reopens again. You heard it here first in 2022. So we'll have 1 year to kind of absorb all the changes that happened before we go into the next level. And we got to hit hard because we don't get another chance for another 80 years. I love you all. Thank you so much, Scott. I am excited for this solstice. It is the rising of the sun and happy birthday, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Guinevere. You rock. And to get more Guinevere also uses Linktree. So go to Linktree. Again, that's linktr.ee/Guinevere's Enchantments. Guinevere's Enchantments. I can only imagine some of the enchanting things waiting for us if you go to her Linktree. Guinevere was with us for Halloween. She's with us tonight for winter solstice. Looking ahead to what upcoming holidays, we'll have to talk about that. Guinevere, thank you so much.
I love you, Scott. I seriously do.
Love you too. So, you know, you all hear us talk a lot about Light Touch because Jay Mayer and Light Touch is one of our primary sponsors. He's our executive producer. And to learn a little bit more about Light Touch, here's a video that Jay put together. You might recognize some of the people in the video and the voice. Here are some examples of Trish using Light Touch throughout her day.
Thank you for transforming my relationships. Thank you for the most divine relationship. Thank you for spiritual wellness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So let's all remember to practice Light Touch. I practice Light Touch every day. We have a morning practice group and an evening practice group where a lot of us come online and we bless each other, we do prayers together. So for more information about that, go to light-touch.me. Also, we'll pop it in the chat box. And it's a wonderful way to really feel into our body and connect and to remember to pray, to remember to bless each other. So thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jan, for Light Touch. And now to introduce our next amazing speaker, and I can't wait to hear what she has to say. Deborah, tell us who's up next.
Thanks, Scott. And this is not only about what she has to say, this is going to be an experience because moving into this new reality is not just about what we hear and what we take in our head. It's an actual alchemical experience of raising our frequency and bringing in the light. And this next spiritual teacher, that has been her mission. Mirabai Devi is an international spiritual teacher, facilitator for healing, author, founder of the Mirabai Devi Foundation, and she's dedicated her mission to raising world consciousness through the awakening and healing of humanity. And she spent the last 30 years going all around the world, raising the light, teaching people how to move light into the planet, into their body. And now she hasn't been traveling around the world, but she's been able to do this virtually with thousands and millions of people. And so she's going to share with us now this perspective that she has of this major transition happening and lead us in a very special light activation meditation. So thank you, Mirabai, coming from beautiful Hawaii to be with us now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Deborah. And thank you also, Scott. And happy birthday to you, Scott. And just love and appreciate you both so much for producing this show for all of us. And also just wanted to acknowledge that I have a very similar message in some ways to Guinevere, to April, and to Neil. And also, more than anything, I just want to bring through for you the grace and the presence of the divine light, which dwells inside of each and every one of us. And we are here, as you said before, April, as light seeds, as light workers, as light beings. We've incarnated as spirits and souls into these physical forms. And we are now being activated. If you have not already been activated, you're being activated now through this portal. But many, many have been activated around the world, and more of humanity is waking up. And we are connecting to the divine light that dwells inside of us, and we are turning that light on, and we are shining that light to our friends, to our families, and to our communities at large. And remembering that we don't have to go outside of ourselves. We don't have to give our power away to others we actually just have to go within and find God within and find that true self within and be that light. And so with that said, I loved what April said about when you blaze the light and when you stand in the power of love and don't give power to the negativity or the fear that is happening within your own mind, within the world around you, or anywhere in your atmosphere, but stay very focused on the presence of who you are, which is that divine incarnation where the divine self, God living within you as you, can actually get to finally live what you've come here for and do what you've come here for on the planet at this time during this very, very exciting time. And so I'm here today to transmit the divine light, to activate the light, and to bring more light through this very sacred and powerful portal that Guinevere has just been talking about. And I'm going to address it a little bit as well myself. And then I'm going to take you all into a light activation experience or meditation where we're going to activate our own inner light and then share that light with the entire world. So I'm just going to start out just by sharing a little bit, as Deborah was sharing with us, that we are right in the winter solstice portal with the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, and that we are actually blasting into the new era. And as we're blasting into this new era, people have had a lot of fear around what's happening in the world. But the reality is we have to go inside and connect with our God within. We have to connect with our guides and our angels, our archangels, the angelic realms, and Divine Mother, Divine Father, our own inner divine feminine and divine masculine, to go outside of the matrix of the third dimension into fifth dimensional consciousness of joy and love and positivity, knowing that we are actually creating our own transition. And we can make this transition gentle. We can will it and intend it by aligning with God's will, by aligning with the will of our light beings and guides to move into and through the portal into an activated humanity, an awakened humanity, because there's more light, as you know, coming into the planet right now than ever before. And that's why the darkness is being released. Well, that's why the negativity is being released, so that these old paradigms can release and let go finally, and humanity can empower itself. And so we need to tune into our own empowerment, and we need to also focus on humanity waking up at large with no distractions. That is our goal. That is our mission. That is what we are here for. And how do we change reality? We don't change reality by going outside. We change reality by going within, into our sacred heart, into where the God within us dwells, and by accessing that divine power within us. And we change our reality from the inside, and we outpicture whatever level we want to create in this world. We outpicture the highest level for all of humanity, and then it will ripple out, just like throwing the pebble into the flat lake or the flat pond. Our reality, our collective vision for humanity, what we want to see happen in this world, will ripple out across the pond and impact the collective consciousness. And during the solstice period that we are in right now, it's up to us to create this new world that's coming in, this age of Aquarius that's coming in here in December as we enter into the portal. And this is the time for us during the winter solstice portal to create this new individual and collective reality that we want to see happening in the world. And this portal is happening right during the time of the winter solstice, where the sun is standing still between the light and the dark, and we are in the 0 point of all creation. When the day is when the sun is entering Capricorn, which is an earth sign, initiating a change in the seasons. And the portal to the galactic center is wide open. The crystal wave of the DNA is being attuned to the higher dimensional frequencies. Saturn is moving into Aquarius. So we're looking at not replacing the old failing paradigms and systems with new hierarchy or new authoritarian leaders, but rather us coming together to create a new system organically from the bottom up. So as a global community here today, I invite you during this very sacred and auspicious time of the winter solstice and of the portal of entering into the age of Aquarius to come together with me and actually co-create this new earth, contribute to a better world, helping ourselves, being of service to our fellow humans, to nature, to the planet at large, that we may all live in a place that is loving and supportive, and that we can allow this Aquarian galactic reset to ripple out into every single area of our life as we initiate this 1212 to 1221 gateway. And we're going to ripple this out into the quantum field of all possibilities. So please let your imagination run free into the quantum holographic field and birth your soul's destiny and the purpose for which you have incarnated into the earth during this very sacred time. And I ask and invite you now to tune into this very powerful divine light frequency within you and around the world. We are going to transmit this light to our collective humanity to see a beautiful and amazing and positive future as we turn this around. So I'd like you to please close your eyes with me and receive the divine light and visualize and send from your heart, from your soul, the divine light, the divine presence, and the divine blessing of the power of God within you to the center of our beautiful Mother Earth, and visualize a golden grid around the earth, and visualize this new energy, this new consciousness awakening amongst all of humanity as we visualize the sick being healed into wholeness, as we visualize new solutions for any problems that exist now on the earth. We visualize the solutions coming into place that are holistic and life-giving, and that we create new solutions in the scientific, in the technical, in the spiritual, in the natural, and in the environmental realms, in every area of society, that we work together as a collective to bring in these solutions. And that as we pour our light through the grid into our beautiful green and blue planet, as we travel through this portal, we visualize now the outcome that you would like to see, the most positive outcome that you would like to see on our planet. As you would like to see that positive outcome in your own life, as you fulfill your life purpose and destiny. So we also see that now manifesting for the collective humanity and for all sentient beings and all life on earth. The light will always prevail. The light will always win. God has the perfect plan. The darkness is being released. This is a time of transition and change. And we are here to be that divine love, that divine light, and that change in the world. Thank you. Blessings to all of you. Thank you for sending and joining your light today to co-create, to visualize, and to co-manifest our new world and our new reality. Thank you. Namaste, and love you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mirabai. I just want us to just savor that. Savor your transmission, savor your wisdom, savor this beautiful opportunity for us to create the world we all want to be a part of. I also want to let people know that there are some really wonderful ways to get more of Mirabai. She's providing so many wonderful things, from boosting our immune system to working on our family lineage, So go to mirabaidevi.org. I'm going to spell that for you. It's MIRABAIDEVI, mirabaidevi.org. You can also go to apoweroflove.com, apoweroflove.com. Learn more about all the really wonderful offerings that she has. She's been on our show before, and I know she'll be back again if we're blessed. Thank you so much, Mirabai. We love you.
Thank you. Love you. Blessings, everyone. Stay in the light. Stay positive. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah, it's time for the Global Peace Tribe announcements. And this is something that we do every week. We kind of share some important things. And one of the things that we like to do right now is thank our broadcast partners. Thank you so much to all the people that help get us out there. And a lot of you are watching us right now on Unify. We're on Unify every Saturday night, which has been really wonderful. So thank you. Also, a lot of you are watching us because the Sign Network sends a sine wave out that gets us connected to about 100 Facebook groups and pages. So thank you, John and Summer. Of course, a lot of you might be watching on Awake TV. It's a wonderful new network. We've talked a lot about Light Touch, which is such an important sponsor for us. And Alan Steinfeld, our good buddy with New Realities, that YouTube channel, I noticed we get about 1,000 views for every one of our shows. So thank you, those of you who watch on New Realities. Love Coach Academy is my organization, and you can find out more about us by going to lovecoachacademy.com. And then our other broadcast partners include Earth Dance Global, Humanities Team, Portal to Ascension, Disclosure Fest, Global Days of Unity. We've been doing a lot of work with Earthwalk this weekend as they've been doing their 12-day program, the Whole Person Convergence. I've done a lot of shows with Sadiq, including kind of the wrap-up that we'll do tomorrow. I'll tell you more about that later. And then finally, our newest broadcast partner is New Earth One. So thank you, everybody. I also want to thank those of you that have registered for our new season. It's really, really fun. It's exciting. And also want to thank those of you who are already donating to Gabriel's fund. We're going to hear from Hosanna in just a moment. So thank you. Thank you for your support, whether it's through the GoFundMe for the Global Peace Tribe, which we still have. A lot of you still support us that way, or whether it's registering and donating as you register for our new season. And of course, supporting our nonprofit organizations and our individuals in need. Thank you so much for all the support you provide. And now, to continue with the Global Peace Tribe announcements, my producing partner and co-host, Deborah.
Thank you, Scott. And again, thank you for all your donations to us and to our recipients that we share with. And I want to introduce now someone that we've chosen to support during this show. And this is Gabriel. He's part of our community in the Northern California area. He's actually a very spiritual, very incredible being. And Gabriel was hit by a car while riding his bike near his home in California, and he sustained several injuries, including broken bones, a collapsed lung, and a traumatic brain injury. And everyone is so grateful he's alive and his body is working hard to heal, and he's a trooper. And we believe that with the green love that we can give him now, with all you donating to his GoFundMe, and we're also going to do a prayer for him. And we've raised over $65,000 in this whole 9 months that we've been with you now. And Gabriel now has a GoFundMe where his goal is $15,000. We'd love to have him help him reach it. And to share a little bit more about the experience of Gabriel is his sister. This is his sister, Hosanna. Welcome, Hosanna. Thank you for being with us and just sharing a little bit about the experience that Gabriel's going through and your family's going through right now.
Thank you so much, Deborah. I didn't quite know what to expect on this show, and I've never seen it before. And what I didn't expect was to find my people, and to find the community that that Gabriel and I and my whole family just resonate with so much. And I just feel so blessed to have, gotten in contact with you guys, and to watch this show has just been an incredible experience. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gabriel was, he's always been a being of light. He came into this world as an incredibly special spirit, an incredibly creative person, just multi-talented, a spirit of love and giving. And he's been a part of the Harbin community and Harbin Hot Springs community. He lived there and was a resident there for many years. Did kirtan. He led the kirtan ceremonies there for a long time. Lots of, meditations and different things like that. He's also does scenic and lighting design. He's an incredibly talented designer and was living up in Ashland community for quite some time. He worked at the Marin Theater Company for a while, Nevada City Theater Company. And he's been living near Nevada City for a couple of years, and participating in their ecstatic dance there, the yoga community, Yuba River, and just connecting with all the wonderful people in that area as well. Anyway, and one of his favorite activities has always been cycling. My whole family, we all ride bikes, and our other brother has a bike shop, and he was always riding his bike all around everywhere. I'm sure anybody who knows him, who's watching, probably knows, his bike and saw him riding around. So so he just, as sometimes happens, was riding at one point, and riding up in the foothills up near his house, and just went through a particularly kind of sketchy intersection, and was hit by a driver coming off the freeway just a couple days before Halloween. So as you said, he had quite a few injuries, 10 broken ribs, a collapsed lung, a brain injury, and has been trying to recover from that. Every single day we go visit him, we tell him how many people are sending him healing energy. We tell him how much support he's getting, and how grateful we all are for so many people in the community coming together to support his healing. We've even been told by a friend of ours who is a psychic that he's traveling right now and working out some things. But he's there, and he's getting better every day. It's been a slow process, but he's definitely getting better, and he's beginning to respond. He's beginning to come back. And I can see it in his eyes when I visit him. I can see his spirit in there. So we appreciate the support so much. And I know this is, part of the transformation that's happening with everyone. That I think everyone is going through a lot of transformation. And I'm an energy healer as well, so I've been sending him a lot of my energy healing too. So anyway, we're just so grateful.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to our show. And I'm so glad you've discovered your tribe. And that's what the show is all about, is, you know, bringing people together. So thank you. And I want to acknowledge.
I'd like to lead just a focused meditation for him, and Mirabai was going to come on and lead that. So if we could all just really focus and send him healing and light. And Mirabai, can you just lead that for just a short time so we can all send
Yes,
him
I'd
love?
like to invite everybody now just to connect to the healing light in your hearts and to really send Gabriel from your heart and through your hands the deepest love, light, energy for his total recovery, and to visualize his body whole, healed, and complete. And even now, as we speak, he's coming back, and he's coming back into full consciousness, and his body is healing rapidly, and he's open and receptive and receiving this light. And we are asking God, the divine light, to help Gabriel to open, to receive this energy fully, and to know that he is completely and totally loved, blessed, and healed. And we also ask for the divine light, divine mother, divine father, to help Gabriel to completely forgive and to be forgiven from now on for all that he has experienced throughout his life that brought him to this moment, and that he has been through in any of his relationships or experiences. May he know the light of pure unconditional love and forgiveness, and know that he is released, blessed, and free. As we cleanse him now in the light of forgiveness, compassion, and love. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you, Mirabai. And thank you, everyone, so much. I can feel the love. I can feel the healing, and it just means so much. So thank you.
Blessings.
We'll keep track of Gabriel's progress, and thank you very, very much. And we're going to segue into another beautiful songstress. How perfect we have Elizabeth, who's the song healer. Perfect timing. Take it away, Elizabeth.
Here we are in the land of new beginnings, a place we've always been, held in love. We wake from dark night, remembering who we are again, forever changed and understanding. Life's not for prizes or races won. Side by side we grow in kindness. Equal partners, we are one. Walk with me, I shall not leave you. Walk with me, I'll hold you close. Through blindness remembering how we grow. Here we are, shining brightly, hand in hand we greet the dawn, resting in the place our hearts made. Here we are, shining on. Here we are, shining on. Namaste, be blessed.
Oh, Elizabeth, my God, what an incredible healing. And I mean, I have chills listening to your voice. Thank you so much. This is Elizabeth's first time on our show. And wow, it's the first time I've heard her sing. And I think we're all just captivated and blown away with the beauty of your voice and truly the healing quality. How perfect right after meeting Gabriel and kind of going into praying for him and sending money to him to hear your song. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I wrote this song just for the show, so I'm so glad that you felt blessed, and it's a blessing for me to be able to share it with you, so thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And I just put your postcard up, and so I guess we can find out about you by going to thesonghealer.com.
Yes, and you can download that song for free. This week I'm going to be giving it away as my New Year's gift to everyone, also as a healing gift to usher everybody into this very powerful, amazing new age. So you can sing it at home in your meditation, and it's a really powerful healing tool, and I hope you are blessed by it.
Oh, thank you. I'm noticing a lot of comments flying in of, oh my God, her voice is so beautiful. She's so amazing. So God bless you. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you. Wow. What a show we're having tonight, huh? Well, tune it back to Deborah because we've got something else very special planned. Deborah, you're muted.
Definitely. We have amazing speakers, and that was beautiful, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. And we have more amazing speakers, transmitters, and bringing in of the high consciousness and high vibrations. And definitely that's what this couple is that's coming to you right now next. The Stargate Experience with Pragit Harias and Julian Conrad. And actually, they are some of my teachers. I have been working with the Stargate for probably 9 or 10 years. They are channels and transmitters of a group known as Alcazar, a multidimensional group that has come in at this time to share quantum consciousness information, as well as they work with the Stargate, which is this multidimensional device that you can sit around and meditate with, that raises your vibration, your consciousness and frequencies to other levels so that you can access yourself this knowledge. And we're so blessed to have them here tonight. And they're going to bring in some special messages from Alcazar and whatever they feel is appropriate for us to share right now. So much love to you both for coming on the show. Thank you so much, Pragit and Julianne.
Thanks, Deborah. So this is the Stargate, and tonight we're going to bring through the guide Alcazar, who actually channeled this structure through Pragit way back in 1989. And what this does is it lights up a high frequency energy field. So as we channel Alcazar, this group of universal masters whose whole focus is assisting humanity with the ascension process, we invite you to actually close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And so, beloved ones, we greet thee, 'tis Alcazar. And we invite each and every one of you, as you are receiving these beautiful transmissions, this information, be aware that there is an opening beyond what you are receiving in your mind. There can be an opening through your beingness to connect with your own intuition. So we invite you now, if you wish to feel the frequencies of these high vibrational energy fields, this is available to you right now. And so you can ask inside for an etheric Stargate, the energy of the Stargate, to come and form around you, if you wish. Very good. And just the invitation, and you can imagine a pyramid forming around you. Your pyramid structure is a sacred geometry. Your Stargate similarly has the ability to hold an energy field. And so inviting your Stargate to activate and vibrate at a strong 12th dimensional level.
And so, beloved ones, the Stargate holds a consciousness, and a consciousness that can work with you, simply with your choice, with your openness, your allowing. So as you invite a Stargate or a pyramid to be with you, take a moment, listen to our words, but more than that, listen to the energy that are coming to you beyond the words. These times, as you know, are critical. And we wish you to know first that you are far more than your human form. You are what we would call a super conscious being. And it is time to call forth and to live your super conscious aspect, the real you. As you know, you live many lives, many bodies, many existences. But your superconscious is the one that experiences them all. Your superconscious exists in the quantum field. It is time to access with awareness the quantum field. It is time to access with awareness your superconscious self. Your scientist Einstein has said, you cannot solve a problem on the same level that it was created. And you have created many difficulties for your earth, for your societies around the world. And you cannot resolve them in the ways that you have attempted up until now. It is time for each one of you to have the intention to allow your superconscious self to guide you. And so we ask each one of you again, just to ask inside for your etheric Stargate, for the Stargate energies to create a strong 12th dimensional energy around you right now.
And so we invite a strong energy field vibrating at a 12th dimensional level.
Because at this frequency, in this 12th dimensional energetic, you become more sensitive, you become more aware. It is easier for you to shift your awareness from the physical into the quantum. And so there are many guides, many benevolent beings, the star families, the angelic realm, the ascended masters, all available right now in this moment to support you in your personal evolution and the evolution of this beautiful earth. And so we invite you right now to invite into this meditation any of the guides, any of the star families, any of the masters that you feel connected with. Take a moment and invite them to join this meditation, this global meditation in this moment of now. And just feel as the guides as these benevolent beings bring their energies to support us all in this process.
And beloved ones, as you know, we are moving in to a very special alignment. Your solstice, that which is being called the Great Conjunction. There are energetics flooding your earth plane right now. And so we invite you, just with your intention, to open to these cosmic frequencies. There is an alignment with your galactic center, which will be happening on your solstice. But already, if you wish, if you ask inside, you can feel the energies of the center of your galaxy. So just invite, ask. We call for the energies of the alignment with the galactic center.
And beloved ones, feel. Just feel the gentle, compassionate energies around you. For indeed, it is time for compassion. It is time for each and every one of you to move out of judgment, to move out of separation, and to bring in the energies of oneness. Not the light anymore, for the light is part of this separation. It is the light of oneness, if you wish, bringing in the energetics of oneness. No judgment, acceptance of what is, with the intention of evolution, evolving beyond who you have been, so that as you raise your vibration, you start to affect the morphic field of humanity. And so we are going to ask you now, just with your intention, without a how, without asking, how do I do this? But just with your intention, visualize your awareness within your human body. Being aware of being aware. Can you feel your sense of awareness within your human form? You are aware. Being aware of being aware. And now visualize, imagine, just with your intention of your awareness moving from your human form into the superconscious you, into that vast being that is the real you, that has lived many lives, that is learning and growing, and has decided for you to be in this body at this time, allowing your awareness to be in your superconscious self. For your superconscious self exists in the quantum field. The quantum field has many names, sometimes called the void, sometimes called the vortex, sometimes called spirit, sometimes called God. For you are that. And the masters have said this for eternity. You are that which you seek. And so feeling your awareness in your superconscious self, being aware of being aware outside of the physical, in the vastness, the vast no-thingness of the quantum field. For the quantum field is pure potential. The quantum field is no thing, just pure consciousness. And from this quantum field, from spirit, everything is made manifest. All the dimensions, all the realities, all come from the field. And it is in the quantum field, when you move above the level in which you have created these earthly problems, it is from the quantum field that you can start to reorganize, recreate. With your awareness in the quantum field, you can start to envision a new you, a new personal reality, and a new global reality. Beloved ones, it is time. It is time to know your true self. It is time to be free. We thank you all.
Thank you both so much for that beautiful transmission. And for holding such a high vibration, such a high space, bringing through our galactic friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always love having you, hearing you, listening to you. And you've got some pretty cool stuff coming up for 2021 to super conscious frequencies into the new year, a free Stargate experience. So people can learn about that. It's a live stream going to stargate.live/2021. And can you tell us just a little bit about that?
We'd love to, Scott. Thank you. So this isn't just a free offering. This is actually a full-on live streamed, supercharged.
For 4 days, going out in 9 or 10 different languages around the world. And it's Alcazar bringing us up into this new reality of connecting and changing our reality from the quantum field.
So what you just received was like a drop. And what we're going to do is connect the ocean of energy that the Stargate can bring through. So if that calls to you, sign up. It's completely free. It's going to be 4 days, 3 one-hour sessions every day.
Starting on the 30th, going through to the 2nd January. Our New Year's workshops are always the most powerful. And this year, fortunately, because of this gift of COVID, we're doing it online and we're reaching thousands and thousands of people. So we invite you to join us.
Isn't it something how we have transitioned, but now we're reaching so many more people? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I tell you, it may have only been a drop, but it was one heck of a homeopathic drop.
I'm just seeing a comment from Ana Maria Lapenta. She's in Argentina, and she's just one of the Stargate facilitators around the world. So hi.
Yeah.
Nice to see that you're joining us.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to go from Stargate to Starhawk. And to tell us a little bit more about that, here's Deborah.
Yes, thank you so much, Prageet and Julianne. First of all, love you and appreciate your guidance and teaching so much. And yes, we get to have the amazing Starhawk here. She has been on the path, teaching us, leading us for so many years. She's an author, she's an activist, she's a permaculture designer and teacher, and she has a prominent voice in earth-based spirituality and ecofeminism. One of the books, she's written many books, one of the ones I love is The Fifth Sacred Thing, which I think is kind of sharing what we're going through now. It's very predictive of kind of what may be coming up. And her most recent book is The Empowerment Manual, a guide for collaborative groups. She's just up to a lot, and I'm so happy to have you here, Starhawk, and give your viewpoint on all that's happening now, since you've been such on the pulse of all this happening. So thank you for being with us, and please join us now, Starhawk.
Hi, Deborah. Thank you. And thank you for inviting me to be part of this wonderful event. When you asked me to come on, one of the things that persuaded me that I wanted to invest some time and energy was that you said some of the proceeds were going to support victims of the fires this summer. And I think a lot about fire. You can see in my screen saver behind me the beautiful Cazadero Hills of western Sonoma County. I live in an area, the Kashaya Pomo territory, that was managed by indigenous people for tens of thousands of years, with fire used very consciously and very respectfully to keep the land in balance and keep the people in balance. We've fallen out of that balance, and that is why we're suffering these horrific wildfires over and over and over again. We're in a time of climate change. We're in a time of massive eco dysfunction. We're basically in a time of consequence. And when I wrote the fifth sacred thing, there's a passage in the beginning where they're talking about celebrating a festival that's Lammas, which comes at the beginning of the summer, and invoking the reaper, the crone, and saying this is the time of the reaper, that she's not punishment, she's not even justice, she's consequence. You know, the wind that whips the spark across the fire line, and the land that is tinder dry from centuries of our choices. That's the time we live in now, and I think it's really potent that right now we're seeing this conjunction in the sky at solstice of Jupiter and Saturn. You know, Jupiter to me represents that quality of leadership. Jupiter was king of the gods, but you could think of it perhaps in a less hierarchical fashion as that quality of leadership and its best aspect of stepping out in front and showing us the way. Saturn is that quality. You know, the Greeks gave them all guy names, but to me, Saturn is that energy of the crone, that energy of consequence, that energy that says, yes, our actions create reactions and we need to be responsible for them. And in this time when we have been suffering from such really terrible and abusive, I can't even call it leadership, but people in positions of power with so much corruption and so much abuse, it seems a very potent moment that that's going to come into contact again with that power of consequence, that power of justice, that power of constraint. To me, that's also the lesson that fire teaches us. I'm grateful to live in a fire ecology and grateful to live in a place where, you know, we can't avoid these deeper teachings. You know, fire teaches us, for one thing, that we are not in this alone. No one can fight a wildfire by themselves. We are dependent on each other. And when we live in places like Sonoma County, Northern California, we know that we're also dependent on the choices and the stray little actions of someone, you know, someone tossing a match out, somebody wiring their house together incorrectly can have an impact on people for miles and miles and miles around. And we know that we cannot simply isolate ourselves, no matter how privileged we are. When you wake up in the morning, as we did one time last summer, and you know, you look at your watch and go like, wait a minute, it can't really be 9 o'clock. It's got to be 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. The sky is dark and the sky doesn't get light all day because the smoke and the fires is so intense. We're in a time where we are actually called to take action and align ourselves to do the work of healing and regeneration for the earth, for our communities, and for ourselves. I'm going to just take a breath and acknowledge also, you know, how sad it is right now. This is the holidays. This is the solstice. This is the time when we are supposed to be together with our loved ones. When, you know, usually today I'd be preparing for our big festival tomorrow for a plunge at the ocean with 100 people ripping off their clothes and jumping into the waves for cleansing, and coming back to my house for an all-night vigil and drumming and chanting and celebrating, and then singing the sun up on the hills in the morning. And this year it's all so different. This year it's all so changed. And that too is a lesson, and it's a consequence of so many choices that we have made over the years and so many choices that people have made this year. And again, I think one of the lessons of COVID is to teach us that we are not in this alone. We are all in this together. We are interdependent, and we have a responsibility to make those choices that are going to be good for everybody, not just good for ourselves. So I think this is an opportunity, this solstice. It's a great opportunity for kind of a reset. You know, if you think about climate change as representing massive ecological dysfunction, you know, then the hopeful aspect is we can do something about it. And what we can do about it requires massive ecosystem regeneration, and we actually know how to do that. You know, we can do that using some of the ancient and traditional practices and understandings. We can do that guided by the wisdom that indigenous teachers have been telling us for thousands of years, that understanding that the earth is a living being and that we are all part of it, and that spirit infuses everything. And we can do that with practical know-how and science and understanding and experimentation and reason, and using and valuing our critical minds as well as our hearts. It's a time I really want to kind of end also with a warning, because I know people who listen to this and are attracted to this often are heart people. We come from a sense of spirit. We come maybe from a mistrust of the worldview that's, you know, been sold to us as rationality and science. But I also think at this point, when we are surrounded by so much disinformation, you know, when we have good-hearted people of good intention being sucked into really vile conspiracy theories, you know, and people who refuse to do something as simple as put on a mask in order to protect other people as well as themselves, we have to name that. We have to say that's not spiritual. You can tell something that is truly spiritual is something that's going to call you to greater connection and greater compassion, and something that is going to sometimes push you out of your comfort zone. And we are all susceptible to the great desire to believe those things that reinforce what we already believe and what we want to believe. But we have to also open our minds again to critical thinking, to do some things like ask for actual evidence, like weigh the evidence, like not just make crucial life decisions because some friend told us they didn't trust this or that. And I have to look at myself too. It's one of the things about being on Zoom so much. We spend a lot of time looking at ourselves, right? But I have to say, like, you know, in my life, I've often made crucial medical decisions for myself, really without thinking carefully about them. Saying like, I don't really want to get a mammogram, so I'm going to believe I don't need to. And maybe I don't. That might have been a right decision, might have been a wrong one. But I can't honestly say I made those decisions with care and with thought. And for me, part of my, you could say my New Year's resolutions is to actually be more careful, more conscious, more thoughtful, more deliberate about making those decisions, and to really interrogate my own beliefs and say, do I actually have evidence for this? Or is this something I'm believing because I want to believe it and it makes me feel more comfortable? Finally, I think this is a great and incredible moment that can call us to deeper and greater compassion and connection. And to me, that is the promise of solstice. You know, it is the rebirth of the year. It is the sun being born out of the womb of Mother Night. It is the seed that has been stratified by cold and darkness and now is ready to sprout. It is the new possibility that is born out of the womb of all possibility. And I believe if we learn these lessons, if we understand that we are connected, if we take them to heart, and if we also engage our critical thinking and engage our minds, we have the capacity out of this year of isolation and death and fear that we have all suffered through. We have the possibility to birth a world of greater justice, greater balance, and greater beauty. And that's my solstice prayer.
Mhm. Thank you so much for being such a wise elder and such a wise voice for us. And I also really appreciate some of your sobering comments, things that we all need to really think clearly about. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
And Starhawk does have a website, and I just want to direct people there for a moment. It's her name, starhawk.org. And you can sign up when you first come onto the website. Gives you an opportunity to register, so she has your email address. And she's got all sorts of wonderful things happening there. So go to starhawk.org for more information about this very important woman and leader in our community. Thank you so much, Starhawk.
Thank you. We have lots of amazing permaculture courses. I have a magical activism training I'll be doing next year, and would love to see some of you join on. I did my winter solstice ritual last night, but I believe you could still get the recording if you want to play it on solstice.
Oh, great, great.
And thank you for all the wonderful work that you do.
Thank you. And you introduced a term that I really liked today, fire ecology. And I've never heard those two words put together before. And I also live in the fire zone. So thank you for that. It's a wonderful and important reframe of the wildfire phenomenon, fire ecology. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time for some more music. And we are so blessed to have Johanna One Heart providing us with 3 musical offerings tonight. How blessed we are. What a great show we're having, huh? Really a good one. I mean, they're all good, but this one's really good. Anyway, here we go. Johanna, take it away.
Thanks, Scott. This one's called Om Guru Deva. There's some Sanskrit in here, sacred vibrational language. Om being the primordial sound of the universe, creation, and all living things. Guru, Gu is dark and Ru is light, so illuminating the darkest places and turning them into light. And Deva, shining divine, so finding that illuminated, awakened teacher within that we've all been talking about tonight. So enjoy. Sing along if you'd like. Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Om, Guru Deva. love, Guru Om, true love, Guru Om. Love, yeah. Love, Guru Om.
Definitely using your own words. We are flying high with you, Johanna. Thank you, Johanna One Heart. And you can find all out about what she's doing. So many ways of connecting with her at johannasings.com. She offers a lot of services. So if you're wanting to free your soul's voice, find your spirit song, empower your speaking, just hear some of her beautiful music, go to johannasings.com. Thank you so much, Johanna.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, family.
And there's more. Yep, we're all going to want to stick around because Johanna has a really beautiful, beautiful experience waiting for us to close out tonight's amazing show. So thank you, Johanna. We'll see you in a little bit. I also want to take a moment to thank all of you who have donated today to Gabriel's fund. Thank you so much. And as so often is the case, Jay Mayer is leading the way by making a very, very generous donation. Jay has been so amazing and supporting so many of our causes during the time we've been doing this. So thank you once again, Jay. I also want to thank Judith, our good friend Missy Galore. She's been on the show. Noel, a lot of people are donating anonymously, so you know who you are. We do appreciate you. Thank you, Catherine Van Gwyn, Susie Karasik, she's a good friend of ours, Marlene Foster, Janet Connell, Iona Marshall, Genesis, and all those anonymous people, Ani Adams, Heidi, Jessica Sage, I know Jessica, she used to be at Harbonite, Valerie, and again, more and more anonymous people. Thank you so much for your generous donations to support Gabriel, and you still can do that. Deborah will continue to put the information into the chat box. And now it's time for our Global Peace Tribe Recommends, and here's another video to kind of get us started. And here's Deborah. I love it.
Thank you, Scott. Yeah, this is a special part of the program because there's so many amazing new things happening as we connect virtually now. A lot of us, as we've been sharing, are getting our medicine out to the world. And we want to support our broadcast partners, Unify, that is hosting the Global Meditation for Peace on the solstice. This is something they've been doing for, I think, about 7 to 10 years now, where their main focus is to really gather millions of people around the world to pray, focus, and meditate together. Because we know when that happens, it really shifts reality, shifts consciousness. This has been proven scientifically. So they are going to do it again for December 21st. They're going to do a live broadcast and a global synchronized meditation at 10:22 a.m. Pacific time. And that's the exact moment of the conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter. And then at 12 Pacific time, there will be a global synchronized fire ceremony, crystal singing bowls, music, prayer, meditation, medicine ceremony. They're going to have various luminaries from many lineages, such as small gatherings. They're going to be held at sacred sites, such as Uluru, Stonehenge, Glastonbury, Chichen Itza, Hawaii, India, Sedona, Mount Shasta. They're going to pull all this together. I'm going to put links in the chat room, and we'll also promote it in our newsletter. But you can join Unify here. I've put it in the chat room, or you can just go on their Facebook, Unify. So we appreciate you, Unify. We appreciate what you do to bring us all together.
We do appreciate Unify and all of you watching right now. I see a lot of you are watching us on Unify, so thank you. You know, it's a very rich weekend. So there's the wonderful Unify offerings tomorrow. And I also have been working very closely with the Whole Person Convergence. It's been a 12-day program, and it concludes tomorrow morning, kind of in conjunction with my weekly Sacred Sunday show. And we have Lynn McTaggart, who's an amazing speaker. We're hoping to have her on the show next year. And Lynn's coming to us from England tomorrow morning, and she's going to be leading the Intention Experiment. We're all going to pray together, all about kind of bridging the divides and sending a collective prayer to regions of conflict. That'll be at 9 o'clock in the morning. It says here 10 o'clock, but it's actually going to start at 9 a.m. with my Sacred Sunday show leading into Lynn. You can watch live on Facebook, or also Deborah is giving you the link in the chat box. And then later in the afternoon, it's time for some Fantuzzi. I'm going to be hosting Fantuzzi. He's going to be doing another one of his Rainbow Global live streams. And again, you can find that on Facebook. Just go to Love Coach Academy. A lot of you are watching us right now on Love Coach Academy. So Love Coach Academy will be carrying my morning program, Sacred Sundays, and Lynn McTaggart. And then in the afternoon, we're going to be going into a wonderful Rainbow Gathering live stream with Fantuzzi, Chai Levi, and a lot of musical artists who always come in and join in Fantuzzi's festivities. So tomorrow's going to be a very special Sunday, all preparing us as we're really now deep into this incredible winter equinox experience. And now what's up next? I think the Dolphins. It is time for Eros Christos. And where is he? Eros. Calling the Dolphins. Calling the Dolphins. Guinevere, can you channel Eros Christos, who channels the Dolphins? I'm gonna seriously, I'm gonna ask them if they can turn their camera on and join us, because it's time for their part of the show. Well, that's the wonderful thing about this show, is that you never quite know what's going to happen. So hopefully Eros will come and join us in a moment. We are going to go to Johanna Onehart to kind of conclude our show, but we weren't planning on that happening until after we had heard from Eros Christos. He's a remarkable man who channels the Dolphins and brings the wisdom and the energetic vibe of the Dolphins to us. But he hasn't joined us yet. So I see Deborah is probably calling him right now. So, while we're doing that, I want to, and while we're kind of waiting to see if he'll be with us, and if not, we'll say our goodbyes and turn it over to Johanna. Thank you, everybody.
They are here and trying to get on, and they're just trying to turn the camera on for some reason. So.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you, Deborah. All right. Isn't it amazing that we're all in our own homes doing this? And it's like, an incredible experience. All of us, I'm in my dining room. That's where I've set up my whole little system here. And so to all of you out there who are watching us, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for sharing this out on Facebook. Our popularity has grown because people like you share it with your friends. So a reminder that we really appreciate when you share the broadcast out on Facebook, introducing us to new audiences. And we have a YouTube channel where you can find all of our prior shows. It's called Saturday Night Alive for the Global Peace Tribe. And it's got all of the 39 shows we've already done, plus a lot of other videos that are popped in there from my Straight Talk show and Secret Sunday.
Deborah, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here, and we're going to have.
So hopefully the Dolphins will be joining us. So go to our YouTube channel, Saturday Night Alive for the Global Peace Tribe, and you can catch our prior shows. You can catch a lot of really cool Straight Talk episodes. Straight Talk is the show that I do on Friday nights.
Okay.
A lot of you watch that. And let's see if the Dolphin man has been able to get his camera to come on.
Yeah, they're going to work on it. So probably we should go to Johanna, and then if they come on, then we'll have them as our send-off as well.
Okie doke. All right. Johanna, are you ready? There she is.
Yes.
Okay, I'm putting the spotlight on you now. Thank you, Johanna.
I feel the need to take it down for a moment and breathe. So let's just all take a breath. These unexpected things happen and we let them go with our exhale. And we go with what is, which is going to be a beautiful mantra and kind of sound healing piece for all of you to resettle our nervous systems before whatever happens next, which is going to be perfect because it always is. Thanks for being here. This is Triambakam. I'll have a live stream concert tomorrow from johannasings.com, Facebook, and YouTube. You are the sun, you are the moon, you are the universe inside. Come home to you. You are the light inside. You can't help but shine through the darkness. You are divine. Though there is darkness, there is light. Though you are human, you are divine. Though there are shadows inside, every breath you breathe in light. Every breath you breathe in light. Every breath you breathe in Pavan Guru, Pavan Guru, Waheguru, Waheguru, Pavan Guru, Pavana, 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 Para, Pavan Guru, Pavan Guru, Waheguru, Waheguru, Pavan Guru. Breath is your guide, is your sage, it's your knowledge. Breath, breathe in light. Breath is your guide, is your sage, is your knowledge. Breath, breathe in light. You are safe, you are whole, you are love beyond words, you're so powerful. Heart open wide, the universe lives inside. Oh child, come on home, come home to the light. Though there is darkness, there breath you breathe in life. Every breath you breathe in life. Breath is your guide, it's your sage, is your knowledge. Breath, breathe in life. Breath is your guide, is your sage, is your knowledge. Breath, breathe in life. Breathe on beyond love, beyond. This heart is open wide, and the whole universe lives inside. Breathe in life. This heart is open wide, and the whole universe lives inside. This heart is open wide, and the whole universe lives inside. This heart is open wide, and the whole universe lives inside. This heart is open wide, and the whole universe lives inside. This heart is open, heart is open wide. This heart is open wide. So breathe, breathe, just breathe, breathe, just breathe, breathe in life, breathe, breathe in life, just breathe. Just breathe.
Oh, Joanna. Wow. Wow. It's just what a journey. Thank you. Tell us one more time tomorrow, how do people catch you?
I will be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Spirituality Gone Wild. We're going to be tuning in to the heart space during this incredible time through mantra, song, and heart song. So please tune in. Johanna Beekman Music on Facebook. Also, I think she's Johanna One Heart now, so either one will pull her up. And also on YouTube, same thing. So tune in and sing along. Oh, sorry, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we will see you there. I will be joined by an incredible bassist, Jacob Jones, Berklee College of Music graduate. We know how those guys rock, so come and have some fun with us. Little daytime prayer.
Thank you. And I've asked Johanna, she's going to be my special guest on Sacred Sundays 2 weeks from tomorrow, on Sunday, January 3rd. We're going to kick off the new year with a whole 90 minutes with just Johanna. So
I can't wait, Scott. Thank you so much. Bless you. Happy Earth birth, dear Scott. Return. Yeah.
Well, thank you for all that you provide to us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bless you.
Well,
tomorrow or the 3rd of, oh yes, tomorrow at my concert.
Tomorrow we're
And
doing
the
the
3rd of
spirituality
January
show.
is also a Sunday. How ironic.
I know, yeah, you're the Sunday girl.
Sunday
All right.
girl.
The Sunday goddess. And truly bringing us into the one heart that we all share. Thank you, Johanna.
Bless.
Well, while Johanna was taking us on that beautiful musical journey, it appears that our friends have gotten it together so that we can receive a really beautiful transmission. And this is Aros Christos. And Aros, we've got the spotlight on you.
Hello.
There you are. Okay, great. Wow. Aros has been communing with the cetacean nation, specifically dolphins, for decades. And he has really been an incredibly important emissary, sharing the dolphin codes and the dolphin wisdom with us, and connecting us to the multidimensional world. So maybe his handlers can let him know that it's his turn to speak. You're on.
You're yeah, just speak.
Hello, yes, so this is Eros, and the sonic codes came about with the dolphins. I've been swimming and interacting with dolphins for over 20 years in the open ocean, and at one point they asked me to be one of the ambassadors. And by the way, what's going on here today with technology is part of the dolphin energy. You know, they are playful and they're always pushing us beyond our concepts and beliefs. So that's typical. It's free-flowing energy. And they taught me how to be a vehicle, a vessel for this very powerful frequency vibration that comes through my vocal cords. And I've done it now for, as I mentioned, over 20 years. And I've seen miracles in people's lives, both physically, spiritually, and mentally. And when I'm talking about miracles, I'm really talking about miracles. And these sounds, these frequencies are a gift from the dolphins. And they bypass the chatter of the mind and go to the source of your being and helping you raise your vibration so you can remember who you are. And who are you? You are a divine, multi-dimensional being. And I have been doing spiritual work my entire life this time around. And it's time to really raise our vibration. And I'm not going to talk about a lot of philosophies and concepts and ideas. I just want to share this, that the dolphin energy is part of the Galactic Federation, and it's very, very potent and very powerful. And I'm going to share some of these frequencies with you. And it's important if you focus on your breath. And then if you have any issues in your body or you're feeling anything at all, focus on that and it might be alleviated. So we never know exactly what's going to take place, but I can promise you one thing. This is like standing under a waterfall. And what happens when you stand under a waterfall, you're gonna get wet. And it doesn't matter what you think or what you believe or whatever it is. The same thing is with these sonic codes. Just allow yourself to be powered by the frequency. And no matter what the mind might tell you, it doesn't really matter because the transmission is happening anyway. So, yes, so I'm ready to share these sonic codes with you. And what I do, I start with three ohms. Actually, I start with a little galactic spiel to tune my vocal cords into this. And then I do 3 ohms. And then we'll see what happens. Okay? So this joyride with the dolphins and these very high vibratory frequencies. Ikila mana yala mana wahia iya yala mana kila mana yala mana ya wahsi ikila mana yala mana wahia ishka ya ila mana kiyala mana wahia iya kila mana yala mana wahha iya ila mana yala mana wahia iya ishka maya ila ikila mana yala mana wahia iya kila mana ya akan iya kila mana yala mana ya
Ay, kila manayala mana kikaya, la kila manayala mana wahia. Ikila manayala mana mawahia, ikila mayaha. Akantra.
Thank you, Eros. Thank you, dolphins. Thank you, the whales. Thank you for that transmission of energy and love. And thank you, everyone, for being with us tonight. Thank you to all the presenters. Thank you to all the musicians. Thank you to everyone joining with so much love, so much light, so much positive vibration going forward to create this new world in 2021. Thank you.
And thank you, Deborah, for putting together an incredible show tonight. Deborah is who invited everybody, pulled it together, and just a remarkable show, Deborah. Thank you so much. Just want to remind people a little bit about next week. Next week is our last show of the year, of course. And so what we've decided to do, it's going to be a lot of fun, is we're going to be showing kind of short little video snippets from some of our favorite moments from 2020. So we're bringing back a lot of our favorite speakers, Reverend Michael, Marianne Williamson, Deepak Chopra, Shiva Ray, and on and on and on. So we're going to have video snippets of about 20 of our favorite guests, but we're going to have live music as well. And we've invited 3 of our favorite musicians. We're going to have Cornflower coming back, Larissa Stowe, she's who created our theme song, and Elisa Rose. So live music, amazing videos, and I've heard a rumor that if he can get all of his things accomplished, we might even have a visit from Santa Claus. We've been talking to his booking agent, and we're gonna see if we can bring him in as well. So it's gonna be a very, very special show. We're looking forward to it. And again, thank you again to all of our presenters. It's been quite a night. And we'll see all of you tomorrow between Johanna's event at 4 o'clock, what I'm doing in the morning, Unify. There's a lot going on. So the Global Peace Tribe will be gathering again tomorrow in all these different ways. Take care. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. And good night, everyone.